Hi, I'm Emily Ryan, and thanks so much for sticking with me through this video series. Hopefully by now you are convinced that you too can read the entire Bible start to finish, and hopefully you know that you want to do it and that you just need a strategy in place, a really good reading plan to set you up for success as you start this goal. So today I want to share with you what I call, are you ready for this? The guilt-free Bible reading plan. Now let me explain to you a little bit how it works. What I did was I spent about a month with my Bible and a spreadsheet. Very exciting, I know. And I tried to track all those times whenever I started a plan and I got off track. And everything that I've tried and failed, I tried to incorporate a fix for that in this plan. Truthfully, I call the plan by a failure for a failure because you've probably tried this before and failed and just aren't sure why. I tried to track why other plans weren't working and create something different. So let me tell you a little bit about it. The first thing that you'll find on this plan is that there are no dates. This is not a start on January 1st plan because that just makes it like every other New Year's resolution. And the statistics show that New Year's resolutions, most of them fall to the wayside. So if you want to start this plan in October or in March or on any random Tuesday, you can do it. You don't have to wait for a magic date to start this. The second thing that you'll notice, and this is one of my favorite parts, is that you only have to read 4 days per week. Now, obviously that's not a legalistic perfectionist goal, but it's intentional. Let me tell you why I chose 4. I did a little bit of research and I found Back to the Bible's Center for Bible Engagement had done a study, and what they found was that people who read the Bible 4 or more days per week are more likely to have it reflect their lifestyle. People who read the Bible 1 to 3 days a week, that seemed to be kind of the magic number. 4 or more seemed to be whenever they lived out what they read. And so I wanted the plan to be doable, and I wanted it to be something that you could accomplish, but also wanted it to be effective. I didn't want it to be so watered down that it would have no reflection on how you lived. And so that's why I picked 4 days per week. The next thing that this plan has is that it's pretty. Now you may think that that doesn't matter, but it matters. We're girls, this matters. The reason that I did this is because you can find a million different plans online that are black and white, boring, download to your email, do anything like that. But this is old school style. It goes back to the roots of having something tangible in your hand, getting it out of your email inbox, bringing it back to something that you can hold, something that you can put in your Bible. You can even chop off the bottom and put it into your iPad or Kindle case if you read electronically. So it's something that you can see on a daily basis. Now, the very first time that I read the Bible, that's what I did. I had a plan, the earlier version of this one, and I checked it off. Let me tell you what happened. Years later, when I was digging in my nightstand, I found my old plan. And I saw all these marks of just crossing through, little Sharpie tick marks that I made along the way. And it brought me back to the journey, all right? Whenever you have a physical plan like this in progress, when you complete it, it will just give you a reminder. It's almost like if it were a photograph and you would want to hang it on your wall. It gives you this physical reminder of the journey, because the journey is what this is all about. It's not about the accomplishment at the end. It's about the process along the way. And this gives you something to remember it by. Plus, it's durable. It'll last the whole length of time, and it just is pleasing to the eye. It's aesthetically pleasing so that can engage your motivation and will inspire you to keep on going. You know that things that are in your email inbox are so easy to just delete or ignore. This is a little bit harder to ignore, and that's on purpose. The next thing is that whenever you read, you're only going to have to read about 4 chapters per day. Now, this is a small thing, but you'll see that, for example, if you read Genesis 1 through 3 in one day, I didn't just write Genesis 1 through 3 because what if you don't get to read the whole thing? What if you get interrupted in the middle? I'm a mom, this happens. And so I have each individual chapter. There are 1,189 chapters of the Bible. You will cross off each individual one, because if you get interrupted during your daily reading, I still want you to be able to to track just the little bit of progress that you've made. I don't want it to be just a wasted day. I want you to be able to make those little steps and to be able to celebrate them. And even a celebration as simple as crossing something off is still a celebration. So you have that. The next thing is that I've told you before that the 1-year reading plan is not for everyone, and that the number one thing that people asked for was a longer length of time. This plan is 100 weeks long. Okay, that's a little under 2 years, which I've found is very doable for most lifestyles. Now, within those 100 weeks, you're going to find 16 weeks of what I call rest and catch up. Here's what they're going to look like to you. They're shaded a little bit pink, and these are the weeks that are scattered throughout the whole plan that you're going to spend in either Psalms or Proverbs. And here's why. When you're reading Psalms or Proverbs, it's like poetry, especially Psalms. It's just poetic. It's more like a breath of air. You're engaged more with your heart and less with your mind. So those times can be refreshing. Sometimes you need those times to get you through more of the grunt work. If you were running a marathon, and you could consider this whole thing like running a marathon. All the other books of the Bible are the times when you're running. Whenever you spend times in Psalms and Proverbs, those are like whenever you're just walking. You're still making progress, but it's not quite as difficult. You're kind of able to catch your breath and just keep on going. So I love this about the plan, because you get those little bit of times of rest. You're resting without stopping, and that can be very, very important as you continue on. Now, the last thing about this plan that I incorporated into it is that it's an investment, okay? I could give these away. To be quite honest, I could give these away, but I'm not on purpose, and here's why. Because I want you to make an investment. I want it to cost you something. Things that cost you, you have an investment into it, and you're more likely to follow through on it. That's on anything. Now, it's not even a big cost. It's like just a couple of dollars. But just that little amount of cost that it is costing you is going to give you a little bit more motivation to continue reading. And it's going to mean it's different from all the other things that you could get like that you've ignored and gotten and downloaded and started and stopped. This is something that you're going to have, you're going to know, oh, this cost me a couple of dollars, so I want to get my money's worth, that sort of thing. That wasn't because we need the money. That was more just a way to help you succeed. There's a passage in the Bible at the end of 2 Samuel, chapter 24, and it talks about how David wanted to build an altar at the threshing floor of Araunah. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. Araunah the Jebusite. And so Araunah says, yes, king, you can surely do this. In fact, I will give you the threshing floor to do with as you please, to erect this altar. But King David does not let him give it to him. Instead, here's what he says. No, I will surely buy it from you for a price, because I will not offer a sacrifice to the Lord which costs me nothing. That just kind of proves that sometimes we need to make that sacrifice of cost, and not just everything is free these days. Everything you can get at your fingertips, and it kind of numbs us to the investment of follow through. And so that was intentional. That's why I'm not just giving this away. That's why I want you to just pay a couple of dollars to get this at your home, to be able to use this tool for your benefit. Thank you so much for sticking with me through this video series. If you have any questions about the Guilt-Free Bible Reading Plan, or if you just want to share with me your story, I would love to hear it. You can contact me through email or Facebook, and especially whenever you get your plan and whenever you start doing it, I would love to hear how God is using it, how God is speaking to you, what He is showing you through the pages of His Word. It'll be so worth it. It's a journey that you'll never forget. Until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Never going back. The past is in the past.
The past is in the